Let's stop calling men hunters, but instead let's call them farmers or cultivators or builders. That's way much better. Let me tell you why. If you look at hunters, they don't give anything to the nature. They just go and harvest from the nature, and they harvest from what they didn't sow. You see, but farmers, they invest, they harvest from what they sow. So it means like hunters, if you call them men hunters, then it means like women are the prey. So if you look at it, the hunters, they even target those ones which are the wounded prey. It's because for them they just want to get something easily without using much of their energy or without using much of their resources. But farmers, they know that I need to use my resources to get what I want. You see, so we need to be farmers, not hunters. So if you look at it, the hunters, they just go and take what they want and they just go after what they want, and they do it like and they prefer just to use less energy or less resources. So they know where to go, they know the targets, they know. So as a woman, you should not be in the places where the hunters know that this is where to find the prey. So places like maybe pubs or bars, clubs, that's where most hunters go, because they know that that's where the wounded ones are, the wounded ones gather. So they just go and quickly get the wounded one, like easily. So avoid these places if you don't want to be hunted. But the farmers, like look at the farmers now. So what the farmer do, the farmer do a land survey. They check, okay, what's the quality of this soil? Is this soil good for the seeds that I want to plant? So like before they check, or sometimes maybe they start like planting the seeds, like, so this, what are the seeds right now, like when we, like if you look at it, so the men, we will just come and plant seeds of love, seeds of faithfulness, seeds of peace, seeds of joy, even seeds of truthfulness, seeds of faithfulness, and seeds of loyalty. And when the farmer plants these kind of seeds, what does he expect? He expects to harvest back like more than what he sow. Like so for example, a farmer will just plant one seed, but after planting one seed, he will receive like so many. If it is like one seed of maize, then he will get like a big corn of maize, like with so many to harvest from. So that is the same thing. So when a man is a farmer, he knows that, okay, this piece of land is good, like it's a rich soil and it's good for planting the seeds. Then you start planting. So sometimes maybe if the farmer is not careful, then he can just start planting. But if the field doesn't give back what he planted, then what does he do? Sometimes he will just leave and find another field where, like, if he plants, then he can harvest more, or he can harvest what he expects. But sometimes if the farmer, maybe he chose this field because of the location, maybe it's a strategic location or something, then he may still like maybe give some patience. So he may think like, okay, maybe because this field is, the soil is weak, maybe there was a previous farmer who has been farming at this land, and the soil, like if you farm, then the soil becomes weak, then you need at least to do some repair, to put some manure, to put some fertilizer and so on. So, and even to cultivate it so that it can absorb moisture and so on. So that is the same thing. So like as a farmer, like when the soil is not produced, so he can choose like either to leave if it's not really maybe important, but if this location is strategic for him, then he wants to keep this field, because he knows that, okay, if this field it's a strategic location, then I can quickly maybe utilize the produce that I get from the zone. Then he can maybe decide to invest in cultivating, invest in nurturing the soil, manure and so on. So this is like the state, when, so maybe if someone has been broken, or so he needs to be seeds of like love, seeds of nature, seeds of caring, seeds of support, like even supporting the person and caring the person, like leading also the person, and so on. So doing all these kind of things, then then he starts to sow these seeds of love, seeds of peace, seeds of patience, seeds of loyalty, and so on. Then maybe after some time, then he can start to receive it back. Or sometimes the farmer can just decide that, okay, since this field, then he can just maybe, so I will just protect it and just leave it for some time. Then it rains, some like debris following it, and those debris maybe they will turn to manure and so on. So maybe you can just decide to leave it for 5 years or 2 years, 3 years, and maybe come back to check if the soil has regained its value or something like that. Or you just say, okay, this I will find maybe a nearby field or somewhere or on the other side as well. So let's farmers are way much better than hunters. So because farmers, they invest, they just don't harvest from where they didn't invest, or where they didn't put effort. But the hunters, they just are there to take from what they didn't invest in. They are just takers. Hunters are just takers. But farmers, they are givers. They give first. They give to the land first, and then expect to get more of what they have given. So that is the same thing. So we need, as men should have a farmer's mentality, that they have to give it, like give love, give support, lead, and give wisdom, give education, or give loyalty, all the qualities that they need. Also, they have to first give those ones, and they expect to receive in like more of them. So provided that they are investing on a non-broken soil or non-used soil, so you need to be a good farmer. You need to know that if this soil is rich, and then you invest. So cheers, be farmers.